up, everybody? Happy Friday. It is coffee and crypto and coffee and cocktails time. That was the tongue twister right there. Actually, I'm saying coffee and cocktails because today I have tea. I know, sounds a little bit boring. Usually we've got our all-time high vodka. Rob's got his moonshine, and we're rocking and rolling. But today, I am laser focused. Okay, guys, I've been looking at the market, reading lots of analysis. Something just feels a little bit off. So I've been trying to make sense of all of this. Yes, the nails are still green, Brian. I see you in there. They're the counter signal. They're the Jim Cramer. I have not gone to my nail lady yet. We'll see what color she picks. But hey, if she picks red, I'm telling you, we're going to get a Santa Claus rally. That's it. So today we're going to go over a few things. Mark Moss, who's an analyst that I really like, he's been in the Bitcoin space for a very long time. Probably looking to have him on the podcast soon. He did a really thorough analysis about whether or not we could be in a sort of 2016 drop before the massive ascent. Okay, so like a bull market dip, or the 2021 start to the bear market, and which one is it? What I think has been kind of odd is the way that this is untangled so fast without stopping. We are the most oversold we've been. Let me pull this up for you, okay? We are the most, I got to pull my video off here. Let's see. Here we go. The most oversold we've been since August 2023. Okay. That like really low spike over there. There is blood in the streets, guys. I mean, fear and greed. Let me show you this. This is wild. Fear and greed is at a 6. I don't think I ever remember seeing a 6. I mean, that is like insane fear. Investors are dumping. People are afraid. It's crazy out there. It's a little bit chaotic, but our goal in this show is to help you navigate these times as best possible. So we're doing a little bit of fundamental analysis, and then we're going to jump onto the charts with Rob so we can see exactly what the charts are showing us, because I'm telling you, we have been crushing it and making a lot of money on swing trades, and mainly scalp trades, with Rob. And it has been absolutely fantastic. I mean, there is money to be made in this market, and some of the altcoins, we're just crushing it, man. There's ranges that you can trade. And in the meantime, if you're a long-term investor and you believe in this space, you believe in Bitcoin, and you believe that this asset is only going to go up over time, you can dollar cost average. Now, there's a very interesting theory on when to buy Bitcoin and when to buy assets like this when the blood is in the streets. And I want to play a few clips for you guys so that we can come up with a thesis and an analysis ourselves together, sort of think about the fundamentals, and then we'll get grounded again. We'll go right to the charts with Rob. Okay. But this is really significant because I've not seen this. I mean, this is like peak fear in a moment in the market when we're about to go into very bullish macro factors. So it's not that we've had this euphoric pump and helicopter money and things have been like, massively euphoric. Like we've just been doom and gloom for a while now. So I think that there could be something else going on here. Now, I want to pull up this clip from Anthony Pompliano. I won't play the whole thing. It's 5 minutes long, but I just want to play a few key clips for you. I know Rob might have something to say about this, and I would agree, but maybe there's something to it. Like, I just want us to be able to look at stuff and pick out what serves us and what makes us think, right? And what helps us put the puzzle together. So let's have a look.
Blood yesterday across financial markets. The S&P was down 1.5%. NASDAQ fell almost 2.5%, and Bitcoin was down about 5% over the last 24 hours. These are big numbers for these assets to fall in a single trading period. Interestingly, the S&P 500 actually displayed some very rare price action yesterday. The market stats writes S&P gapped up more than 1.5% to start the day, but then it closed down more than 1.5%. Before yesterday, that had only happened twice in history, October 2008 and April of 2025. As I recently heard Chris Berninsky say, this roller coaster goes both ways, baby. And the index showed us that yesterday. But now we're left to wonder, why are we experiencing such abnormal volatility? Well, Alex Kruger explains that we had extreme price action yesterday. Equities sold off on extraordinary volume, but there was no news. The VIX went up to 28. You don't see that very often. No specific catalyst, especially not an obvious catastrophic one.
So I'm just going to stop it here. I'm going to forward it a little bit, but like, this is the thing. Like, it's just, somebody's been blown up. Things are unwinding. There's a lot of selling. It's like almost as if there's no sellers left right now at this point in the market, right? We're so oversold, but I'm going to skip Skip, he talks about fear being 6. He also talks about the theory of catching a falling knife, okay, from a major investor. I'm going to see if I can find this part for you. Here it is. Howard Marks. The refusal to catch a falling knife is a rationalization for inaction. It's our job to catch falling knives. That's how you get bargains. So in trading, that is an absolute no-no. But I guess he's saying if you're a very long-term investor that, we as humans, we're just not wired to buy the dip because we're wired to protect ourselves during this time. Just have a listen.
Interview at Wharton. He said, my vision is that when the stuff hits the fan and there's blood in the streets, most people, they say, we're not going to buy until the knife stops falling, until the dust settles, until all the uncertainty has been resolved. But the trouble is that once that happens, the price will already have rebounded. So we want to buy at a time of upset and while the knife is still falling. And I think
so that's one. I'm going to go now to the end of this. He makes a lot of interesting points and food for thought. Okay, but there is some hopium at the end of this. Let's have a look.
Might not be as bad as everyone thinks. The first is that the performance of the stock market on Thursdays has recently been horrible. Week after week, Thursdays have been a horrible day. So yesterday's big drop on a Thursday is less surprising when you realize the intra-week cyclicality that's been at play. In addition, Dietrich points out that November historically bottoms on November 20th before the seasonal late month rally. What's more interesting is one of the weaker parts of the year is November 18th through the 20th. That looks to have played out this year. But now he asks, will the rally play out as well? So yesterday was a bloodbath in markets.
All right, so that's just a little bit of food for thought. Where are we right now? Where are we in sort of like the market rationalization? What is actually happening behind the scenes? One more thing I'm going to show you guys, okay? I must show you this. I'm going to share my screen now. Is just a few of the thoughts behind this. So that was Anthony Pompliano about the blood in the streets and that our GOAT investors investing. But also I want to show you here Raoul Pal, okay? He's sort of talking about the macroeconomics and that his strategy is to add into all these sell-offs, but he's okay with large swings in P&L in a long-term multi-year trend, as he explained many times, but every circumstance and horizons are different. So he's just sort of like liking it to different bull run periods. But what I really want to show you, just because we don't have a lot of time on this show today, I'm just trying to, so just to get a glimpse of how massive this was, 1 trillion wiped out from the US stock market, 120, wow, billion wiped out from the crypto market today. Well, that is a big number. Okay. So I just want to remind you that this is not easy. Investing is never easy, especially in a new asset class. And, having the conviction at the end when you do make it is that they will say we got lucky, but we didn't. We were here grinding every single day and learning more and more. This is the last time you'll ever be able to buy Bitcoin below 90,000, says Cameron Winklevoss, the Gemini co-founder. Do you agree with Cameron Winklevoss, or do you think he's out of his mind? Next up, this is what I really wanted to show you. Okay. And this is the title of the thumbnail. Now, this is Mark Moss, buy the dip or the start of the bear market, 2016 versus 2021. Okay. So if this is 2016, this is a bull market dip. If it's 2021, this is the start of the bear market. Buy or sell. Do the fundamentals, on-chain flows, and macros look like which one? Let's have a look. So most people only compare price. Professional investors compare conditions, valuation, liquidity, supply flows, and leverage profile. So here it's sort of marking the differences between the two. I think you can guess more or less where we're at versus value, then and value now. On-chain evidence. For 15 years, Bitcoin's most reliable bull versus bear indicator has been simple. Price holds above long-term holder realized price in bull markets and breaks below it in bear markets. Bitcoin is well above the cost basis, not even close. Interpretation, bull market is still intact. Macro outlook. Bitcoin soars when global liquidity rises. Bitcoin enters bear markets when liquidity falls. So 2020 to 2022, liquidity peaked and then it crashed in 2022. In 2023 to 2025, liquidity is starting to expand again. So there's another check that doesn't add up to like, this is the start of a bear market, okay? Bull versus bear playbook. Sell strength. Price below 200. So the strategy when people are trying to cash out is to sell into strength. Price below 200 week moving average. Price below the realized price. Global liquidity falling. None of these are present today. Buy the dip. Price above 200 week moving average. Price above LTH realized price. And global liquidity rising. Check on all three. So again, another point for the bulls. Every signal points to the same conclusion. This looks like 2016, not 2021. So Mark Moss is under the impression that this is in fact just a bull market dip. Now, I'd like to hear from you guys in the comments what you think this is. And of course, since it's crypto and cocktails and coffee. Let me know what drink you're drinking, where you're tuning in from, how you're feeling. Are you buying the dip? Are you trying to catch the falling knife? Or are you trading Rob's scalping strategies and making tons of money? That's all I want to know today. So on that note, Rob, how you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Me and Pretty are just hanging out here today and
Oh my gosh, you guys, look at this Dalmatian. Look at how sweet she is. I mean, she is just too cute. I mean, Dalmatians aren't that common of dogs anymore. I feel like she's our good luck charm. Purdy is her name.
Yep, she's ready to buy the dip, maybe.
I mean, wow. What do you think of all of this? I mean, despite, maybe varying in opinion, I mean, that was a billionaire, by the way, who said that not catching the false knife is the greatest inaction that leads you not to become very wealthy, because you can't take action during those times. Now, that is a very different outlook from trading, right? That's long-term investing and that's value investing. But what do you think of the market now, Rob? Like, I just feel like it seems a little weird. One thing I forgot to say, which I will say it now. I'm not going to share my screen again, but I'm just going to share with you because this made a lot of sense to me. Here it is. Utterly brutal crypto markets with relentless rapid positions unwinding and rumors swirling after 10 out of 10 impaired market maker balance sheets, leading to less liquidity and someone blowing up. It reminds me a lot of 2021, when in a 4-week period, Bitcoin fell 56%, ETH 62%, and Sol 68%, and then sharply reversed and exploded to new all-time highs. That sell-off was as baffling as this one. So what do you make of that, Rob? I mean, it really is strange. It does feel like something blew up or someone blew up, like winter market or a big market maker. Other whales are like redistributing, possibly investors spooked. What do you think?
I mean, personally, I think the whales, the old school whales, are selling because they're in tremendous profits, and it is the end of their 4-year cycle. And I think they want to keep that cycle going on, and I think it's just something to do with that one. Is it a bull or bear market? And here's my problem with that one. Everybody has a different definition of a bull and bear market. Me, I'm not a billionaire, so I'm not going to sit there and do what billionaires do right now because I'm not a billionaire yet. Now, once I am a billionaire, maybe yes, I'll go do what billionaires.
That's a good point.
In order for me to get there, I have to do things on what they did before they were billionaires, and that's compound gains. So if you're underneath the 1 day SMA 200, underneath the 1 day 9, typically you're going to have better short plays outs in the shorter term to make money. When you're above the 1 day SMA 200 and you're above the 1 day 9, you're going to have better probabilities of longs playing out to play long swings or long day trades or something like that.
Right.
Shorts and scalps have been very, very, very profitable. Last month, I didn't do too much because I was hoping for some kind of alt rally type thing, because typically this is when we get it, but we didn't. So I had to sit there and just be like, all right, the charts were right. The market sentiment, the market ideas of the alt theory was wrong at the time. But
right. Yeah. So what do you think? I mean, guys, in the comments, let us know. Do you think 2016 bull market dip or 2021, start of the bear market? Let us know in the comments what you think. I obviously, you know what I'm thinking, like fundamentally, I think it doesn't make sense to go into a real bear market right now because of the macro. So I'm voting for 2016 scenario. But let me know what you're voting for and what you guys think. Let's have a look at some of the comments here. Joe, what's up? You're first to the show, man. Welcome. Brian, you are tried and true, man. What are you drinking? That's all I want to know. Is Jura. He's got the same Jura. I like it. And it feels like 2022 to me. So Brian votes 2022, beginning of bear market, possibly. No market for the tourists. That's true, Martin. There are no tourists here right now. They've all packed their bags and left. It's only the OGs and the real ones, which is all you guys in the comments tuning in these market conditions when fear is at a 6. Yeah. It's at a 6. That is crazy. So Brian, below 30 and above 70. What are you referring to? Stocks didn't like the NVIDIA news, but didn't NVIDIA outperform? I mean, which other news came out? Maybe I missed that. Buy low and sell high. Yes, I think that's what you meant. High on fear and greed. I mean, it's simple strategy. It could just be to buy extreme fear and sell extreme greed, right? If you're a long-term investor, I mean, that would probably be pretty accurate a lot of the time. The news was strategy getting delisted. They're voting on January 15th. Wow. If that's true, I've got to go check that out, Brian. All the digital asset treasuries will get delisted too. I mean, yeah, I don't really think that, I don't see that happening, but if it did, it probably would make a big impact on the market. Amaneem, you're tuning in from X today. What's up, guys? Hey, Cam, how's it going? I always thought the cycle wouldn't top the same as last cycle. Makes sense. Things would change and or extend. Big players have big effects. Yeah. I don't know. There's something about it, and it doesn't matter in my opinion, obviously, but this is just for entertainment's sake, I guess. Something about it doesn't make sense to me, and it doesn't add up to just have that be it and go into an extended extreme bear market. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, I don't know. On that note, Rob, why don't we show them some of the profits from the scalping? I mean, do you have some that you could pull up here?
From the Telegram group, I could do that. Yes.
Yeah. So guys, like during this period when everybody's like, what is going on? They're freaking out, they're panicking, which rightfully so. I'm not like saying that's, I mean, we're human, right? Like the charts are just a reflection of human emotions. But while people were doing that, Rob was in the Telegram and the Discord, the Hive. He was there like scalping with all of the members, and they were making such good money because the strategy is so solid and it's fun and it's entertaining. I mean, like
making money today doing it.
I did, guys. I did 50% on STRK due to Rob's calls, and
It wasn't even my trade. It wasn't even my call. It was last night. We did a little one-on-one on trading. We're getting prepared to make some trading videos. And of course, for me to make a trading video, I got to make sure that Megan knows how it all works 100% and that she can do the strategy. So that way, we can teach it even better together as a team. And last night you told me, or this morning you told me that, hey, you're making money doing the strategy. And I was like, oh yeah, I get excited.
I got that strategy, man. I mean, it helps a lot. And above the 1 day 9, below the 1 day 9. I mean, that's such great advice, and that's just the simplest start to this. And then after that, there's all different tools that you can add. But yeah, so I was able to do 50% on STRK today in these conditions. That's crazy. So yeah, shout out to Rob the GOAT. So let's bring up your screen, Rob.
All right, yeah. So we had one guy. It wasn't even me that called it out. Called it ZEC short, which he's nailing it, and some other people nailed it. Some guys called out fart coin in it.
Can you make that full screen?
It's not full screen. Oh, yeah, we can do that.
There we go.
So yeah, we had some fart coin on there, and then he tried. So yesterday I said he messaged he had some losses yesterday trying to buy TAO and ZK, and he's at the very end of it he learned his lesson on it. But he said, like Rob said yesterday, do not try to catch a falling knife. I actually said that yesterday.
Yeah. That's why I put the falling knife thing up today, because I knew he would say, actually in trading, that's not the thing to do.
No, he says. Should have listened. Now I've fully learned my lesson. If you catch a falling knife, you're going to get wrecked in trading. That's not the way to do it. If you're investing, sure. If you're in a bear market, pick a good time period to just sit there and DCA over time, not at price levels actually, because you don't know what price levels we can go down to. Because I have a rule: it can always go down further. It can always go up further. We're always 99% from the bottom. We're always 99% from the top. We don't know where we're at. So
right. Actually, one good thing I want to say is we were discussing TAO on the end there, BitTensor, and I was like, Rob, it's on the trend line. It looks like it's going to bounce here. Like, would your strategy just be to like hop in on the trend line and just get in? And he said, no, you got to wait for the break above the, I believe it was 1 hour 9. To have
6 hours, something like that.
Okay.
Time frames, yeah.
At a minimum, right? And I said, okay. So I said, but it's right on the trend line. It's bounced every single time. He said, yeah, but it might keep going. And in fact, it did. And it broke below the trend line. And that's why you stick to mechanical rules. And that's what we're trying to teach on this channel. Thus, all of these results that you're seeing here in the background, those are majority from like scalp trading, right, Rob?
Yep. And these aren't my win. Like I do have wins in here as well too, but these are other people that have taken the trades or learn the concepts of it that are making like, here's my wins over here to the right. And here's your other people's wins over here to the left. So it's not just me making it saying, hey, I'm a great trader. It's like, hey, this strategy works. People are making money from it. Other people are doing it. And they're very happy. Like, thank you for the Zen call. I've gotten a lot better at my entries lately, thanks to the team. Like that is what I look for. I look to see other people be successful, not me. That's what I want to see. And whenever I don't see other people being successful, I sit there and I ponder. I'm like, all right, how can I teach? How can I do better? What can I say better to get other people to win? Because I know I can win. That isn't a question for me. Can I get others to win is usually the question to me. That's the challenging part.
No, and I like that a lot. I think that's why, we're forming such a family vibe and community here, is because everybody helps each other, and we always strive to do better, if needed. And so, yeah, and I'm also learning a lot from Rob's strategies and adding that to my other strategies. And it's amazing, guys. It's really cool. So we are going to be launching a VIP Telegram group soon, but you got to be in the Discord if you want to have access. So jump in there. The link is in the description below for the Discord. At the minimum, sign up for the Discord because it is still open maybe only until tomorrow. So that's how that's looking right now. So guys, get in there. Also, we still have the deposit bonus going on with BYDFi, and the link is in the description below. Also, if you want to support Rob's and I's efforts on this channel. And guys, we're going to crush it together. Okay, so join the crew, join the team. We are an incredible team. I forgot what we called ourselves. I mean, we're just going to be the hive team. Here we go. So Brian, he says what we missed is that NVIDIA was hiding the truth on Wednesday, and it all came out. God. Well, that is a piece of bad news if I ever heard one. SEC filings. Interesting. I'm going to have to look that up, Brian, because I was hosting.
If NVIDIA is controlling the crypto market and controlling the whole stock market, that's a whole scary idea within itself, in my opinion.
It is, and it's like a reason for the like bulk of the results of the stock market, right? Like, I mean, it is kind of scary. That's true. I was actually out hosting an event yesterday, so that's why I was not up on the news. We didn't do our live, but I'm back now, so I am going to look into that, Brian. Santoyo, sorry if I butchered that, but Theta has been forming a bull flag since the beginning of the year. I can't be a bear. BTC dominance is high. Well, BTC dominance is high, but it did get rejected off a critical level, and that's what we were looking for. So, it's just a matter of like, where does Bitcoin find its footing here and what happens next? It's sort of a wait and see game, right? But so Brian says, Hype and Aster were obvious buys today. They both popped up about 6% before retracing. Yeah, I think actually Aster just broke above its 1-day 9 again, which is very bullish according to Rob's rules, right? So we'll have a look at those charts very shortly, But yeah, I mean, that's just basically what's going on here. And I guess we're going to go right to it. Let's have a look at Aster, because I actually have been looking at this one too. It's looking pretty decent.
Yeah, I actually retested the 1-day 9 yesterday, and we're just kind of holding it right now. I think with market conditions, I'm not expecting any big pops right now, but I think we could just go in some kind of consolidate, because we kind of trapped on this area right here. So I think we might just consolidate for a little bit in this zone here. So we're just going to be kind of waiting for a little bit, waiting for some volume, waiting for something kind of happen here. If you have a position on it, just have your stop losses in place and at least at break even, because if you get stopped out, you just get a better entry later on.
Right.
If we start consolidating a little bit and you like playing with a little bit of leverage, you can sit there and take out your side bag here. And it looks like we could have some decent range playing, and it's going on the weekend. So sometimes range playing in the weekend kind of works out good. Let me look at range here. So what kind of percentage range are we looking at? We're looking at potentially like a 24% range. So I like playing ranges in at least a 30-minute chart max. So I kind of want to see if we get rejected from here, come back down. If we get rejected from here, I would actually look for a short on this right here. And you can sit there and get at least a 10% move on it. Now, typically, if we lose the 30-minute 9, we got a bullish change of character. Best entries right around here. So you start taking profits around 5% or so and scale out up to 10% profits on here. And then once you sat there and confirmed its support and flipped around, you'll just sit there and flip and do the same thing. So that way you're just compounding gains as this is going side, as we're looking at potential sideways movement on this token. So not really a trend to trade, just range. We're just looking for ranges to trade as of right now.
Right. Yep. Now, interesting. So Cam just asked, what is the 1-day 9? Let's do a brief, introduction on that once more, because we have talked about this. So 9-minute ninth candle. No. This is actually some of Rob's secret, strategies that play out really well. So Rob, I'll let you take it away on this one.
So the 1-day 9, when I say that, it's just the simple moving average. So whenever you're above it, that's usually the first signal of we got bullish momentum. And typically, let me go ahead and find a different chart, because this one's a pretty new chart. Let's look at maybe Zen, which let's see here. So remove 13 drawings. So this white line right here is my 1-day SMA 9 right here. And you can see when you get a clean break of it, and if you have like bullish oscillators with it, let me go ahead and flip up this one here. And you have all three of your oscillators flipping bullish. When you break that 9, you legitimately have a really strong confluence, typically for a good strong swing long to the upside. And then typically whenever you get that bullish momentum coming in there, that's whenever you're going to have your strongest and your best trades if you're trading long. Now inverse as well too. Whenever you start to lose it, so say like right in here, you start to lose it, you can have some day trading scalps until you regain it, then you go back up. This one here was a clear break of it. That's whenever I actually left my Zen trade. So I bought it somewhere probably down here, and then I left it whenever we lost it right here, bearish retested, and actually we started shorting it yesterday. We lost it yesterday right here, and we did actually a short yesterday, which I think I showed in results. Was it Zen? after we bearishly retested it yesterday. Yeah, Zen. Here, thank you for the Zen call. Yeah, that's a short right there that we played yesterday because we lost to 9 yesterday, and now we're shorting it. We're going to the downside on it. So whenever you're underneath it, you have a higher probability of your shorts playing out. When you're above it, you have a higher probability of your longs playing out. And if you don't like shorting or stuff like that, whenever you're underneath it, you just wait and wait and wait until you get up, because you don't know how far this dip's going to go until you typically get back above it. So it can just keep going down, 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 down. And you want the confluence with your oscillators. There you go.
Right. Yeah. So that's the 1 day 9, and it keeps it really simple and makes it really sort of like an easy strategy for people to follow. Now you combine that with other strategies, different time frames to get your entries. But I mean, the 9 has been a phenomenal indicator for me, at least, and it's really easy to learn. Right. So I really like this.
Simple, easy alerts on it, and it makes it so, like, even if you're a swing trader, you set your alerts on the close of the 1 day there, and you don't have to do anything until your alert goes off.
Right, exactly. So that keeps it simple, guys. You don't have to babysit. You don't have to be on your computer all day long. Cam's asking if this is on spot trading and not leverage trades, but it's for both.
For both, yeah. That depends on the trade setup and how good you are at zooming in. I use it for both. It doesn't really matter. Yeah.
So if it's above the 1 day 9, then you want to zoom in and nail the entry. Then you start looking at smaller time frames, right, to figure out where you go from there.
Yep, pretty much, yeah. And then whenever we start coming with our courses, there'll be some more technicals and everything in our courses. We'll have more on how to do that later on.
Yeah, guys, we are filming in Vegas in December, so we have a lot of announcements coming around that. And yeah, we will solidify that come Monday. We'll let you know everything. We'll make a big announcement on Monday since we won't be here over the weekend. But lots of big stuff coming. So make sure that you're in the Discord if you want to get first access to that. And it's really exciting because it gives people like a time to hone in on their skills and practice during these times when it's sort of just like, you don't really know what to do. It's just like a wait and see kind of thing. So let's have a look at Bitcoin and see exactly where we're at.
So yeah, I was looking at Bitcoin. So are we in a bear market or bull market? Everybody's asking. Or is this like she was asking earlier, are we in the 21-1 area right now? Well, I think this our next swing long, whenever we get that confirmed, I think will give us a good answer on it. Are we going to print a wrong one? There we go. So we have a higher high right here. We have a lower high or a higher low right there. And right now we're technically going to be printing a higher low if this level holds. This is the 1 day bullish order block. What I did here is I put these two trend lines on here and put parallels on down to this one right here. And if you look at that, so that's a parallel. You go down to the first low right here, and we're just hitting on that trend line right now. Right now, it's looking like we're wicking underneath this bullish order block. And if we have a wick underneath there, that's going to be considered a bullish liquidity grab as long as we get to close up here. And we zoom in on it. I'd like to see if it closed right above the order block, because I can sit there and say this is a good hammer candle. Right here, we're getting close to a hammer candle. I'm not sure if that body's too thick for being a hammer candle or not. And a hammer candle is a good reversal signal. So we're going to be looking for that idea as of right now. Now, this is going to be the question here. So there is going to be a time. Now, we're getting a lot of volume right here now, too, as well, too. I want to mention that. So I always talk about volume. Now, if we close underneath this bearish order block, bearishly retest it, that's volume confirmed that we broke down and we're going down lower. That's just simple TA right there. But now if we close up here with this high volume right here, that means that was a bullish liquidity grab. If you don't close underneath this bearish or underneath this order block, and that's basically signaled we had a bunch of volume in here, stops getting hit, people getting wrecked, people buying all at one time, getting fuel for our next swing up, and that's a liquidity grab. That's market makers grabbing all the liquidity there, getting fired to go to our next local high. And the reason I'm not saying higher high, I'm saying local high, just due to this one's so bad. We lost the weekly 50. We got the bearish 1 day. Like, it's a lot of bearish stuff that kind of happened on chart wise. So what we're looking for next, are we going to bounce up to this mid trend line right here on this pattern right here, get rejected, then go down? So we get something like that. That would be a lower high, and that there would say, hey, yes, this is like we get rejected there. We'll look for the 1 day bearish 9 cross, all the reversal signals. If we get that right there, we'll look for that pivot right there. Then that's going to say, yes, we're like 2021 cycle top. Now, if it does not happen and say we get above there, kind of go something like that, start going up, and we go up there, then you know what? It's game on again. So that's the kind of ways I am looking at it as of right now. I'm not going to predict it, but I'm going to use the chart. I'm going to let the chart tell me what's happening. I don't know what one's going to happen. I'm not going to guess. I'm not going to sit there and say I'm some kind of genius saying I think that this is going to happen because of this. I'm saying these are the options I'm looking at right now, and it's an if-then statement for me.
Right. I like that. Take a screenshot in your mind, guys. These are the different scenarios that could play out right now. And yeah, it makes sense, right? This is really, really good to understand because then you can play it either way that it pans out. You don't have to hope for one way or the other. You can just react to what it's telling you. So regardless of what we could say about, macro and what's happening, whatever, I mean, the charts are going to tell us what's going to happen before, right? But what we like to do is come up with theses as long-term investors, at least for me. So I know, am I dollar cost averaging at this point, et cetera, right? So there's different strategies for different types of investing. But right now, what we're trying to discuss is trading. So that being said, these are the different scenarios that could play out, and we will act accordingly because you can also short with the 1-day 9. And Cam is saying, so Cam has some questions here about the 1-day 9. Oh, so the 1-day 9 is the SMA on the daily, and look for 3 oscillators that confirm the bullish movement and inverse also. So I guess what he's saying is like, what do you pair the 1-day 9 with? And in that case, probably like stochastic RSI. What would you say, Rob?
I just use 3 main indicators that the RSI needs to be going up over 40. We want bullish, close to a bullish MACD cross and a stoch RSI crossover as well too. A confirmed one that's over 20.
There you go. So those are mechanical rules. Those are some of them. And we'll go over it more in depth in the course and for our private members in the Hive when we're going to close the Discord and start the VIP Telegram group with all of the calls and also Rob's live scalping strategies where you can do it all together live and he can show you how to do it live, right? And that really does help hone in your skills. So yeah, that's what we're going to be looking for. And do you think there are any particular coins on your radar right now, or are you just sort of like wait and see kind of thing?
I mean, we've been in the strongest, the STRK, the strongest one of them all. Are we still in that privacy? So I call it the local narrative. Is that still our local narrative as of right now? As of right now, I'm not really seeing very much pop off outside of that one. So it's not the time to sit there and overtrade and try to guess. I need to sit there and see something kind of come out. So of what the local narrative is, and I haven't really seen anything yet. Right. I think there's going to be some good 10x plays coming up here at some point, but I'm still kind of waiting for like I would love to see Plum to be a 10x play at some point here, but we might have a good 60% dip before right as from right where we're at before we get that 10x play, which would be a very, very good, very, very simple up to this high right here or up to right about here would be here. So I'm potentially like looking for some good plays to come up here. But again, some of these small alt caps could still have some good 50% dips on it. Small caps, large caps right now, I don't really see any trends. I'm just kind of, I think they're following Bitcoin. So I'm kind of waiting. I'm waiting for my confirmed signals because I'm going to swing it up once we get to the confirmed signals. I'm not front running anything just yet because I don't really have the indications just yet to sit there and say, hey, let's front run some things because we got strength. So it's basically just waiting. Like it's a waiting game for longs. It's pretty simple. You just kind of wait till your alerts go off.
Right. And I think we were looking at a soul swing trade potentially.
I think we lost that level. I've been shorting it. So let's see here.
Okay. Let's have a look. I mean, a lot happens in a day in crypto, guys. So
yeah. As you can see, I just posted a third sword on it. I'm looking for a bearish retest of this level. We lost this trend right here. We got bearishly retested. Now we're kind of going down. We shorted it yesterday. We made these gains right here, kind of bounced. So we're at critical level right now, and we're bearishly. Oh, wait a second. We lost this critical level right here. We bearishly retested it. I'm hoping for it to get down to $100 to sit there and start looking for longs potentially on it. We hit this zone level right here. We're going to be still in our weekly goodbye zone, of course. So let's look at the weekly right here. We're wicking underneath here. So if we start getting a little bit lower here, I might start looking at some spot ideas to start scaling in. But I'd love to see like that $115, $100 level because I feel that a good solid bounce could come out of that one. Let's look at the 3-day here. 3 days going sideways, so I like that as well too. We got 2 days, 3 hours for that close here. We're on 30, but we're not pulling up yet. Let's look at the 1 day here, see what we got on the 1 day here. 1 day 9 is pretty far away. we don't have the, so we, like right here, I'm not trusting the stock RSI because we didn't break the 1-day 9. We're so far away from it. So I think we have more time on it. 12-hour 9 still far away. So maybe send alerts on the 12-hour and 6-hour 9 to sit there and for a potential pivot up. And if alerts don't go off, it'll probably go lower. So that's what I'll probably do for a long on it. But as of right now, I am short on Sol until we get down there, and then I'll potentially be buying again. And where do we go from $100? Let's go ahead and, I don't want to delete this chart because I have that set up in chart and thing. So let's see here. But the lower we go, the higher percentage gains we get whenever we start going up. So I like when things go lower.
That's true. It's an opportunity, guys. For those of you who are, looking for that opportunity, here we are. Here we are.
I was thinking what Megan said yesterday about the IRA, the I Trust Capital. I was thinking about that. This is probably you can put altcoins in that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, you can buy and sell.
Imagine if you get taxes on altcoins and you don't have to pay taxes on it. I'm sorry, you might be the best time to buy. Like if you're going to be like investing, we're in altcoins are like in bear market conditions for investing. That's literally the best time to invest, like she was saying. IRA, 5x, 10x gains, and tax free. That might be something to think about.
That's true. Actually, that's a very good point. Like if you're going to go and peak max fear, why not do it in a tax sheltered environment, within your IRA? Guys, that is still going on. I did ask them if they could extend it so that we could get the opportunity to let more people in. So you can still get the $100 funding bonus if you click the link below, I Trust Capital, and we will give you a funding bonus as well for BYDFi. So it's a no-brainer. I mean, you fund the account with a minimum of $1,000. You can roll that over from an existing IRA, just convert it directly. They will help you do it. And there's no reason not to do it right now at this point, because your future self is depending on you to like put some sort of something away and let it grow apart from, the tax sheltered environment. So that's a very good point, Rob. That link is in the description below. It's I Trust Capital, guys. So yeah, it's a good time right now.
Yep. All right, yeah. So I'm hoping for us to get down to this order block right here that's bullish by right around $110 on the 3-day chart. And if we get down there, I think we have a good opportunity to at least get it in a balance and get some good swing longs in. And then we'll just take it from there, and we'll just take it step by step. I mean, I don't want to sit there and say, hey, we're going just due to where the market's at right now, I can't sit there and say, hey, we're going to all-time highs. But if we do, we'll sit there and we'll go back and we'll check it, and we'll sit there and figure out where to put stop losses up and how to move them up later on. You can learn that as well too. So that way, next make this big pullback, you get stopped out in profits and you have more capital to buy in lower.
Right. No, absolutely. And I mean, again, I got to emphasize, we are at a 6 on the fear and greed index. So at the very least, potentially a bounce coming at some point. Right. So guys, we won't be here over the weekend on YouTube, but Rob will be, and his team will be keeping you posted 24/7. Like they're just adding stuff all the time in the Discord. So if you're in the Discord, you'll be kept up to date. And if not, you're gonna have to wait till Monday, guys. So do get into the Discord. Cam says moonshine got my comprehension, needing bullish confirmation. I think you got Cam on the moonshine. Rob, what are you drinking today, by the way?
Oh, me? I'm actually drinking rum today. We're gonna get I'm taking my kids out to see Santa Claus after this. I'm not driving, by the way. I'm some eggnog and rum before we go to Santa Claus.
I like that. Here. That sounds
holiday spirit today.
Yeah, I didn't know the Santa Claus visits happened before Thanksgiving. That's amazing.
Oh, I went to Costco the other day. Christmas decorations everywhere. It's might as well.
So that rule is out the window now, huh? I remember
out the window.
yeah, I like it though. I love the Christmas spirit, so it's all good. Yeah, we're getting into the festive season, guys, and it looks like a lot of the the Wall Street guys and the bigger players are betting on a Santa Claus rally. I don't know. We're gonna see. Let's see what happens. There's a lot of FUD around treasury companies, so I don't know. It feels like when things are at their peak, FUD is not necessarily when when we're at the bottom and things just blow up. But I mean, hey, you never know. You can't predict. But I am adding to my bags at these levels. That's what I'm doing, because my long term anyway, especially for Bitcoin. So that being said, Rob, I think we're going to end this stream now today, because we've got to go and build, guys, because we have a big announcement coming Monday. But what do you want to leave them with? Is advice, or I don't know, words of wisdom, motivation going into the weekend?
I mean, my biggest thing is, don't overanalyze, don't overthink, make a strategy, make a plan, set alerts, and just do your plan, and eventually it's going to work out for you. And just stick with what you're planning on. And then while you're making those, after you make those plans, go study and learn. And then you might have to change your plans, because you might learn something to be a little bit better. That's a very big thing. Right now, I think we're going into the Black Friday season. So if you don't understand what I say by alerts, with alerts, you know what? Right now, I think TradingView just went on its Black Friday sale. Maybe get a TradingView account so that way you can have some alerts and you can sit there and learn how to set these alerts because it's going to
That's
be
right.
on it.
Yeah, TradingView is critical if you want to learn how to trade. And I just saw Cam say, at this point, Stark and Clash have saved my portfolio from major alts losses with 10% still in Bitcoin. But Rob has me looking at trading for short-term time frame profits. That's right, Cam. Like, it's a fun strategy, and it's something that you can do in any market conditions, right? And that is why it's so fun. Actually, we were talking about doing a live scalping show with you guys here on YouTube just to give you a taste. But the market conditions, we want them to be right. Of course. But yeah, so if you guys want to see a live scalping session free to everybody on YouTube, let us know. Maybe we can plan one of those sessions if we get the right market conditions. So yeah, I think on that note, guys, we have so much amazing things coming, and just hang in there and keep showing up and keep bringing in the good vibes and showing up every single day. That's how you win. That's how you win, right? And this space is so many good things going for it. So we're just going to keep going. We'll never give up. And it's going to be amazing. So yeah, tune in the Discord over the weekend, guys, and let us know if you need help with anything, any strategies. We're here to mentor and to get you through, right? So yeah, that's it, Rob. I think it's all good. Drink Jura, simple. Yes, Brian has his drink. I'm only drinking tea today. I don't know why I'm like cozied in and I want to focus and go on. I'm not going out. It's Friday night. I'm going to get some sleep and crush it tomorrow, Saturday morning, and I'm so pumped. So just so excited, guys, because the bear market times, whatever, consolidation, whatever you want to call this period is for building and is for learning and is for getting ready. That's all I'll say. So on that note, Rob, have fun doing your Christmas spirit stuff. And Cam with the moonshine, Brian with the Jura. I'll sign off with my tea. And to everybody else who's tuning in, thank you so much. And we will see you on Monday.
See you Monday, everybody.